Today I'm going to share with you how the Big C Catholic Church, all 1.4 billion souls throughout every country on earth, is governed throughout the world. Don't forget to subscribe as we get going. I'm Father Justin Waltz, and this is The Awakening. Probably the best way to understand how it works is to start with the 3 levels of ordination. So first you have the diaconate, which consists of 2 ways. One would be the permanent diaconate. Those are the guys you see serving, helping the priests at Sunday Mass, usually on the altar. Sometimes they do communion services, usually a little bit older, and they're married. The other way to be a deacon is a transitional deacon, and that's when a man is ordained prior to being ordained a priest. So for example, one summer he'll be ordained a deacon after his 3rd year of theology, and the next summer he'll be ordained a priest, so he's a transitional deacon. The second level then obviously is the priesthood, and there's a couple different ways of being a priest. We're all just ordained priests, like me, Father Justin Waltz. But then there's also monsignors, and a monsignor is an honorary title given to usually an older priest who basically would be worthy of being a bishop but hasn't been chosen to be one yet. But it's an honorary title. Then you have the ordination to the episcopacy, or those who are bishops, which is the 3rd and fullness level of the 3 ordinations. Now, from bishop up, this is where it gets interesting, because even though they're all ordained sacramentally bishops, so the indelible mark of ordination inside of them is that of a bishop, there are bishops over dioceses, your regular bishop, and then there are archbishops. Then there are cardinal archbishops, which, sort of like a priest becoming a Monsignor, archbishop could be made a cardinal, an honorary title. Now the cardinals are the only ones that can vote for the Pope. So when they have a conclave, they're all invited to Rome to enter into the closed doors of the Sistine Chapel and deliberate and cast their ballot for the Pope. And then the Pope is chosen from them, presently Pope Leo XIV, who is an American, which is absolutely awesome. First American Pope ever, and what a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous choice by God to be our Holy Father. Now, it doesn't end there. There are also other positions like the Nuncio. So each country has a papal delegate, kind of like an ambassador, that's called the Nuncio. The Nuncio represents the Holy Father to that country, and he is an archbishop. In the case of our Nuncio, he lives, like other ambassadors, in Washington, D.C. Even more interesting, and this is a part of the Catholic Church that very, very few people know about, is the diplomatic corps. So the diplomatic corps does a lot of different things. They're the smartest priests that we have, I'm told, and they work with nuncios and probably many other things. The only reason I know anything about them is because I met the diplomatic corps when I was in seminary, when I visited the nuncio in Washington, D.C., which was quite the experience. So when I was talking to these guys, all of them were probably about mid-30s, and they were all monsignors, that honorary title. It kind of explained to me what they do, and they work with the nuncio in identifying priests that are worthy of being bishops. Now again, this is where it gets really interesting, because there's a whole process to that. Meaning that they basically send out what they call kites to a diocese, the lay people. It'll come with the pontifical seal on it, meaning you can't tell anybody. And you're supposed to write back and let them know the priest that you think would be the best for bishop. And the one guy said, it's amazing. The Holy Spirit just kind of surfaces one guy in a diocese, and we know that that's the guy that we need to vet. And then so their job literally is to vet this individual, research his life, find out everything they can about him, and then put together a file and recommend him to the Holy Father. So anytime a diocese opens up, meaning the bishop either retires and or dies, the collection of these files is given to the Holy Father. 3 different files are placed on his desk, and he chooses one of those men who has been identified and vetted by the diplomatic corps to be a bishop. And so there you have it. There are several other sub-positions that exist throughout the administrative body of the church, but I'll spare you that on this video. I just wanted to give you kind of an overlay of how the church functions throughout the entire world. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Father Justin Waltz, and this is The Awakening.